The original Amnesia was a game which spooked me severely, to the point where I spent lots of time hiding in a cupboard. And I don't just mean in the game itself. The point is, Amnesia The Dark Descent is a horror game which finally got it right. A beacon of light through the action-focused horrors of modern times. So naturally, when a successor was announced, I was pretty hyped. Sure, the development team for this one was Dear Esther's The Chinese Room rather than Frictional, but hey, all they had to do was make a new story with similar gameplay elements to the first. It should have been a cakewalk for the new devs, right? Well, that's a question I'm here to answer. First of all, A Machine for Pigs is great at atmosphere. This game really knows how to be creepy, and I love that. The ambient sounds are disconcerting as hell, and that really adds to the experience. I don't quite think that they reach the Dark Descent's levels of eeriness though, which is unfortunate. I can't deny the storytelling is strong in this one, but it isn't perfect. The thing I like the least about the storytelling is its predictability. It doesn't really feel like you have no idea what's going on at any point, and you have an inkling of the main character's motives and previous actions from very early on in the game. Although this is likely due to the game being a sequel, so I can't really fault it too much here. A Machine for Pigs also falls victim to cliches too, and I found that slightly annoying, to be honest.
We're hiding, Daddy.
Ooh, creepy kids. Never seen that one done before. It could be worse, I suppose. The story is relatively believable and incredibly dark. Oh, it's glorious. Oh, it's grim. Oh, I love it. On the other hand, there's a couple of things that bugged me in this game. Most notably, the removal of both the inventory and the sanity system. Sure, it makes things easier to manage, but management is a big part of horror sometimes. In the first game, you needed to manage your lantern oil, your health, your sanity, and whatever you needed for puzzles. If you take that away, you lower the stress and anxiety put on the players, and if you're making a horror game, you really don't want to do that. I mean, you don't even have to worry about lantern oil. You want people to be worried, that's why it was there before. Furthermore, there are less items to mess around with. I always loved that. Why make most objects static? What's the point? It just ruins some of the fun you can have in this game. Oh well, at least we still have the physics glitches. Yay? However, this game looks rather nice visually. A fair improvement in graphics can be seen here, and everything looks how it should. From Oswald's arm and lantern to the scattered pig masks to the environments, everything is just so undeniably stunning. I especially loved going outside, because the Dark Descent was limited to mostly indoor areas, which did get a bit boring after a while, I must admit. And the music, good lord, it's so grim and somber and depressing. Very fitting for this game's dark nature and theming. As for the puzzles, they're not really puzzles at all, to be brutally honest. It's a matter of finding anything which can be interacted with, and taking objects to anything which cannot be properly interacted with. That's quite disappointing, to be honest. Most importantly, is Amnesia A Machine for Pigs scary? Well, yes, quite so in fact. The monsters seem to arrive a little more unexpectedly than before, and this makes them that little bit more terrifying in this regard. The monster designs though, oh goodness. I mean, look at this one. I'm sorry, is this Amnesia or Bioshock? Yeah, they're not really as freaky as before, but they're still quite unnerving. This game did have me on edge throughout, as it should, but the overall atmosphere kinda pales in comparison to the first one, which is a shame really. I think as a standalone title, A Machine for Pigs is pretty damn enjoyable, but as a sequel to The Dark Descent, it feels like too much of a downgrade to be worth a £12 asking price, especially considering how short this game is. I'd recommend waiting for a sale on this one, or playing a much more terrifying Outlast instead. I'm not saying Amnesia Machine for Pigs is bad, because it's really not. I had fun here, quite a bit of fun actually. The hatred of this game is, in my opinion, kinda unwarranted. It seems like the Chinese Room put a lot of care and thought into this game. It wasn't what we were expecting though, and it could have been better, and that's all there is to it.